Okay, I absolutely adored that episode. It was so different from anything we've ever seen on The Walking Dead. I love how we're dealing mainly with the loss of Henry, but you know, Tara was mentioned, and I don't want the show to be too sad, right? But I do like when characters are remembered. And just like that little scene of Daryl looking at the paintings of Glenn and Herschel, and I couldn't tell who the third person was. You know, I like that stuff, you know, remembering these characters that we've lost. And of course it was nerve-wracking, them crossing into Alpha's territory. I was really expecting that, you know, we would pan over and see whisperers like in the bushes or whatever watching them, and maybe they were, but they didn't show it to us, so I don't know. I would imagine that they're gonna find those bodies, but it seems like we've jumped ahead at least some amount because the snow was melted. So there were a few issues that I had with kind of like the editing in this episode where I wasn't clear, you know, how much time had passed, or there were some cuts that didn't quite make sense. Like when Daryl and Carol were talking and Daryl asks, you know, what do you want me to do? Like in terms of leaving, it just cut so abruptly. So there were just a few things like that in this episode that I would say was editing stuff. Negan and Judith are like my new favorite thing. I love them so much. Now, it's interesting that Daryl is at the sanctuary along with Negan, because I do feel like, I don't know if they're gonna free him, but I feel like they're not gonna just put him back in his cell. And what would that be like for Daryl, you know? How would he feel about that, considering what Negan did to him, or indirectly did to him? Mostly it was Dwight. Fucking Dwight. But, you know, it was at, you know, Negan's behest. So that's going to be interesting. Of course, they've set up something for season 10. I couldn't tell what that person was saying. Like, is somebody out there, I think is maybe what they said. So is this going to be a new group? What's going on with that? I don't know. I love the snowball fight. Again, that's another thing that we've never seen in this show. And just people being happy. And that was the first time when they were like smiling and being happy that I wasn't thinking, oh God, what's going to happen? Like I was just letting myself enjoy the moment, because like shit's always gonna go bad in this show, of course, but you know, it used to be like if a character was happy, then you know, it was they were a goner. So, or you know, like the moment character was happy, like something bad would happen. So I've gotten to the point where I can be like, I can appreciate the happy moments. And I'm sorry, is that the very first time Daryl Dixon has ever cracked a smile? Because I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe he was smiling when he was holding baby Judith, but like a playful kind of smile like that, I think that's the first time. It was just so great. Like I can't get over how good this damn show is. I just can't get over it. I'm so happy. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I'm just so happy. It's an interesting choice for a finale, because it certainly, you know, last episode certainly had that finale feeling, and it was even an extra long episode, which I didn't realize when I was doing the reaction. I didn't realize that until later, till afterwards, that yeah, it was an extra long episode too. So that definitely had this finale vibe, and this one is just like a coda, and it's not, I mean, I guess it's sort of setting up season 10. It's reshuffling the deck, you know, we've got the kingdom is the kingdom has fallen, at least for now. So the kingdom people are at Hilltop. We don't know who's in charge of Hilltop. That I would have liked to have been told that. I don't know. Maybe it could be Ezekiel. That would be interesting. That would be weird for him to like come in and take over, but they do need a leader. So I don't know. So yeah, so we've got like our characters sort of shuffled around and stuff. So in that regard, we're setting up for season 10. And then at the end there with Alpha saying she has to be ready for what's coming next. So she must be planning something. Maybe they did see them cross the border. I don't know. You know, obviously there's going to be a battle for sure. Of course there is. I do wonder, like, where was Connie though? I would have liked to have seen her. We saw Yumiko and Magna. I don't remember seeing Luke. And like there were some characters that just weren't around, which was kind of strange. And you know what? I don't think that I ever actually said this, but I was predicting that something bad was going to happen with Henry. I didn't know, like, I just edited the reaction for 906, and in that reaction, I'm like, this kid's going to get himself killed. I wasn't sure if they would kill another of Carol's kids, you know, but I had this feeling that something was going to go bad with Henry and that it was going to break up Carol and Ezekiel. And I'm really, really sad about that. And I wish they hadn't done that. Honestly, I wish they hadn't done that. That's kind of my only real disappointment. It's because I just love them so much and I don't see why they have to break up. I know realistically, like when people lose a child, often they do end up splitting up. And I think Carol is harboring a lot of guilt, but it's not her fault. And I was also wondering if Ezekiel would blame Daryl, which apparently he does. I don't know. I don't really see that from Ezekiel. That seems kind of out of character. So I don't know. I'm guessing that Carol broke it off with Ezekiel because Ezekiel was basically trying to send Daryl away. I would have liked a conversation with that, you know, about that specifically. That would have been nice. If we were told that Carol was choosing Daryl over Ezekiel, which I think is what maybe we're supposed to understand, and of course she would. But I would have liked it to be a little bit more explicit, you know, just make that a little bit clearer. But I loved that moment when Daryl asked her what she sees when she looks at him. And she said, "I see you." I love them so much. But yeah, it was a fantastic episode. So cool, so different. I loved all the frozen walkers. It was great. It was great. I'm really excited to get to season 10. I hear that it's even better, which is unbelievable. So anyway, yeah, this was a fantastic episode. I'm super excited, and I'll see you next time with the season 9 review. Bye.